2v2's MultiVersus tier list, let's get right into it. I know a lot of y'all are going to skip to the end, so if you do, please drop me a like and a comment, and we are so close to 6K, so please drop a subscription. Let's get right into it, man. Starting off with Arya Stark. Arya Stark is a character that I think is completely busted in 1v1s. However, obviously, MultiVersus is a 2v2 game. They are catering this character around 2v2s, and they did a very good job at that, as I think this character is completely balanced as is. They do have ridiculous combos, they do have the ridiculous down tilt, but in 2v2s, it's not that insane, especially when there's a lot going on and this character is completely centered around long combo strings. You're not going to be able to get a lot of your strings off when there's two people trying to attack you. Next up, Batman. Also, I think Batman is good as is. In 1v1s, obviously, his battering is completely busted. His explosion is completely busted. But with the cooldown and with the fact that there is two players to focus on, the fact that there is a long cooldown on his battering and his explosive, and he has to hit those items on two people for it to do anything significant, makes his character completely balanced. Would I go as far as to say Batman needs buffs? Absolutely not. This guy is extremely well equipped when it comes to his jab strings, his up special in the air, his down air. All of his moves are very solid. It's just that his projectile game is a lot weaker in 2v2s compared to 1v1s. On the contrary, Bugs Bunny's projectile game is a lot stronger in 2v2s. Not only does the safe hit multiple people at once, but the rocket takes up 1/3 of the screen, which is extremely strong when everything is extremely chaotic in 2v2s. His up air is almost guaranteed to hit both people if you do it in the general vicinity of them. His neutral air, you can just spam and you will probably hit someone when there's a lot going on. I think this character definitely needs nerf. I don't know why this thing doesn't say nerfs, but I actually do believe that Bugs Bunny only needs one nerf, and that is his neutral air. His neutral air should not string into other moves, and it should do a lot less damage, and then I think this character will be very balanced. But even in 1v1s, this guy's neutral air is busted. Finn is a character that a lot of people believe to be a top tier. I completely disagree with that sentiment. And while yes, his strings are just as powerful in 2v2s as 1v1s, maybe even more powerful. If anything, I believe that this guy needs a buff. They need to buff his backpack because you can get some insane touch of deaths, but his backpack will just sell you because of its horizontal hitbox. People are probably going to get mad at me for this, but I truly believe that Garnet is not only balanced in 1v1s, but 2v2s as well. She has an extremely spammable projectile. Her jab string has beautiful range. It's easily one of the best jab strings in the entire game. It's extremely spammable because of no attack decay. Her side special, or whatever one makes her go over to the star, can suck you in near the ledge and potentially eliminate you early. Her up special off of cooldown kills at like 70%. This character is very well equipped, and I think that she is a good, honest mid tier. Obviously, she's not high tier, not low tier, but I do not think this character needs nerfs or buffs. I think she's good as is. Harley Quinn, I think, is balanced. She doesn't have a lot of things that are very good in 2v2s. However, with her neutral air and her neutral attack on the ground, that alone makes her a mid tier, man. Those moves are just so unbelievably good, and if you don't think that it influences her character heavily, then you're just wrong. Those moves are so spammable and so good, and they cover so much of the screen that alone makes her a contender in 2v2s. A lot of her strings are not applicable in 2v2s. However, just those moves I think makes her good. Jake the Dog is the first character on this list that I truly believe needs buffs. The reason for this is a lot of his actual good strings are not usable in 2v2s. For example, his down air string you are going to be hit out of a lot of the time. His bite move, you are probably not going to be able to execute the bite, jump off, spit them into the wall. And besides those two things, yes, he does have his forward air, which is extremely good in both 1v1s and 2v2s. He has his up tilt, he has moves like that, but overall, I would like to see this guy get some more love, man. I mean, let's look at the fact that if you fully charge his up tilt, I think it does about 9 damage. You know, just some damage buffs for this guy would go a long way, especially in 2v2s. Reindog, another character that I believe to be extremely balanced in 2v2s. Obviously very based off of projectiles, which in 1v1s makes him an extremely weak character, but the ability to sit back and just spam his neutral attack, spam his meteor move, you know, put out the crystals. This guy is strong in 2v2s, but I don't think he needs nerfs or buffs. Once again, extremely balanced character. And I'm starting to realize the more we go down this list, just how balanced this game is for 2v2s, man. Except now we have to talk about Shaggy, which definitely needs needs a nerf. This character is already strong enough in 1v1s thanks to his up tilt and his up air and his side air, and literally every single move that this guy has covers just insane range and does way too much damage, and that is more applicable in 2v2s, especially when his side special is a lot stronger thanks to the fact that if you trap someone in a string, they're vulnerable to the other person's attacks. I mean, Shaggy is broken in 1v1s, he's broken in 2v2s. Literally same situation. They need to nerf this character heavily just in general. Another character that needs nerfs in both 2v2s and 1v1s is Steven. He messes up the camera with his melon move. His shield setups are just absolutely insane. In the midst of chaos, he has an up air that kills at like 70 health. This guy is just not fair in 1v1s or 2s. He's broken. Superman, I almost want to say needs nerfs. However, I'll just put him in good as is. The reason that I almost want to put him in needs nerfs is because his command grabs are very good when people are getting comboed in 2s. His armored moves are very strong. Armor is kind of broken in 2v2s. Admittedly, I haven't played too much 2v2s to the point where I've really been punished by a Superman, so maybe my opinion on this guy will change as time goes on. However, as of right now, I think he's good as is. He's an extremely strong character, but I don't think he needs nerfs. Now, I have seen tier list after tier list of people saying that Tom and Jerry are bad, and as a 1v1 player, once again, I could not see that. This guy is definitely S tier in 1v1s, but in 2v2s, he's kind of weak, man. I honestly would say that Tom and Jerry needs buffs because the Jerry is just killed so easily when there's two people trying to target it. And by making it so easy to eliminate Jerry, you take away most of this guy's options. You take away the ping pong move, you take away the up special, you take away pretty much everything that makes his character good. And his up tilt on the ground, definitely one of his best moves. You can easily be knocked out of it in 2v2s unless you get both players in there, which is really not going to happen. This character is just overall weak in 2v2s. He has nothing special that is going to help him out besides his down air and his up air, which are very good. Wonder Woman is just as broken in both game modes, and as a matter of fact, she's more broken in 2v2s. I cannot believe that this character's down special gives armor to both her and her teammate. It is so unfair, it is so broken, and this character needs nerfs probably more than any other character in the game right now. She's just too strong. Honestly, I think Velma is good as is once again, and people are going to hate on me for this. They're going to say, what are you talking about, man? This is the Garnet situation all over again. Her megaphone move is just so strong. It literally carries this entire character. Her up air is so good. If your teammate creates openings for you, you can collect the magnifying glasses so easily, which is going to allow for pretty much free instant kills with this character. This character is kind of strong in 2v2s, man. I once again would not say she's high tier. If you buffed her damage a little bit on her bad moves, I wouldn't be mad at it. However, I think she's good. Taz is kind of broken in 2v2s, man. There should be a cooldown on his hurricane move. I know that there already is, but that just makes it fully charged. You should not be able to use it at all when it's on cooldown. There needs to be an actual cooldown because the hitbox on it is just so insane. It's so spammable. The up special obviously helps this guy a lot. The sandwich move is so good. And yeah, he pretty much has innovatable high damage kill moves. Like, this guy is kind of broken, man. When I said that Wonder Woman was probably the most broken character in the game, I actually might have to take that back because Iron Giant is definitely absolutely lethal right now. This guy can kill with like 4 attacks and they're all true combos. There's really not much you can do about this guy. He needs a nerf bad, man. They need to downscale him. He needs to be about 2/3 of the height that he currently is, and then he'll be balanced. But as of right now, this character is not fair. I do think that LeBron James needs a little bit of love in the department of his balls. Okay, nah, that seemed like a clip farm, but I swear that just came out like that. What I meant to say was that his balls counting as a projectile is definitely kind of bad against certain characters. Like, I feel like it's his main tool. It's literally what makes LeBron good, and yet it's not even that strong. He does have good edge setups with his down special near the ledge is pretty good at potentially spiking people. However, I don't think that he's the best. In 1v1s, I think that he's in desperate need of just a little bit of love. I probably would put him C tier in 1v1s, but in 2v2s, with the chaos going on, it's going to be hard to, you know, say Morty mudwall his ball or sit in a projectile shield with Black Adam. It's going to be hard to counter his balls in 2v2s, but in 1v1s, I think he needs a little bit of love. In 2v2s, I think he's good as is. And let me know if you guys disagree with that, because that's probably going to be one of the more controversial ones. I know a lot of people probably think that this guy is top tier in 2v2s. Me, however, I haven't seen it yet. I've been hearing that Morty is broken for the longest time now, and it was honestly starting to annoy me because this character is so obviously mid-tier. However, in 2v2s, that is not the case. This character is definitely one of the strongest. The fact that you can just sit back and spam your mud walls is ridiculous. Grenades flying all over the place, no way to avoid them. You can just activate them whenever you want. Your down special brings your teammate back to where you placed it, which is very good, man. It's very broken. The UFO, you can juggle, you can get out of the way, you can do whatever you want with this character in 2v2s. He is just so unbelievably strong in 2s. Rick, I think, is good as is. I don't think this is the strongest character. However, his ability to spam projectiles definitely makes him good in 2v2s. His forward tilt is probably going to catch people, especially if you use his down special, which is also going to catch people lacking a lot of the time. So this character is definitely very solid in 2v2s. I think he's good as is. Gizmo, I also think, is pretty solid in 2s. He dies very early. It's a lot easier to kill him in 2s because you have multiple people trying to pressure him. Before the arrow nerf, I'm sure this guy was a problem in 2s. However, as of right now, I think that he's pretty balanced. He's definitely annoying. He's definitely strong, just like Rick. Stripe is balanced in 2s and 1s. This character is just not the greatest, to be completely honest with you. I think that he's a mid-tier character at best. The chainsaw is pretty much unusable in 2s. The pistol is going to be hard to control. You're not going to be able to get much rolling with Stripe in 2s. Black Adam needs nerfs, dude. The ability to fly is just so strong. Why can he up special twice in one sequence, man? This guy is flying all over the place. His forward air kills at like 60% if you catch them high enough. Like, this guy is just insane. The projectile shield is ridiculous. The up tilt has a ridiculous range. The forward tilt has a ridiculous range. This guy has too many amazing tools. He's just far too broken. Marvin the Martian, in my opinion, does not do enough damage. Maybe I need to see more Marvins in 2s to really understand the length of which his projectile spam is annoying. However, as of right now, I feel like this guy is just equipped with pea shooters. I feel like his moves do not do much to me, man. Banana Guard, after they nerfed his spear damage by 2, I didn't think that it was going to make much of a difference, but it really did. It turns out that this character is not the best. I mean, is he a top tier? Is he like A tier, maybe B tier? Yes, but he's very straightforward. He's an honest character. An honest character in the sense that, you know, he does a stupid amount of damage, but in return, he's very slow. And in a mosh pit, in a lab of chaos, obviously he's going to be able to get away with a lot more than he should be able to. He's going to do a lot of damage. He's going to be able to power up. At the end of the day, though, it's a slow character that does a lot of damage. Nothing too special. Jason kills very early. He's slow, fat combo meat, though. I don't think you're going to get much out of this character in 2s or 1s. Maybe as time goes on and we learn more about this character, we will understand what he is truly capable of. However, as of right now, I think that he is good as is, just for the simple fact that he can catch you with 2 forward tilts and a side special and kill you near the ledge at about 70%. He does have some heavy damage moves that can catch people, especially in 2s, but he's not the strongest, not the weakest. Joker, come on. Here's my list. Let me know if y'all agree or disagree. This game is actually pretty balanced in 2v2s now that I'm looking at this, man. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. See y'all later.